What's up, guys? So today I want to talk about a question I get asked pretty often and comments I receive pretty often on Instagram and YouTube. It's about whether or not, you know, the task at hand or whatever hand it is, can it do this? Can it hold up? Will it break? Can I swing an axe with it? Can I, ride a bike with it? Whatever the case is, can I do this with that hand? So I wanted to talk about that and how that's not necessarily a yes or no question. There's a lot of variables that go into it. There's just a lot of variables, all right? So, you know, there's a lot to it, in my opinion, where it's not just yes, you can do it. And a lot of times, yeah, it can do it, but there's more there's more to it than just if it'll do it or not. So my point is, you may not damage the hand right away if you were to do a certain task. Like, oh, can I? I'm trying to think of an exact example, but some guys, oh, can I use a hammer? Sure, you can use a hammer. Is it gonna break? Maybe not. Depends on how hard you hit it. Or is it going to break right then and there? No. But is it going to break more prematurely? Is solder or a wire connection going to come loose earlier down the road than it would have if you didn't use it to hammer nails in or break boards apart or whatever? That's a big possibility, and it's probably going to happen. The other issue is, if you're going to use this to hammer something, think about all the joints and the hinging in these hands, okay? You're probably going to loosen them up and create a bunch of play inside these joints, all right? It might bother you, it may not bother you. As long as the hand works, might be good for some of you, but others, they may want it to stay as new and fresh looking as long as you possibly can. All right, especially if you are somebody who only has one device. A lot of us, including me, use multiple devices. I use a Greifer, which this one is very, very old. All right, and I wanted to show you guys this because, well, you can see there's pads missing. Parts are long gone, and I apologize for the horrible sound quality and the lighting in here is horrible, but if you really look, you can see just how destroyed this thing is. It still works though, because you need that self-discipline on when and how you're going to use these devices for physical and strenuous work with hand tools, or if somebody plays baseball or hockey, you can grip a hockey stick with this and use it. Sure, as long as you have the range and mobility, you can use it to make slap shots in hockey or baseball. Sure, if you have the range and mobility with the elbow on your hand, or arm I should say, yeah, you could do it. Again, it might just completely disintegrate. You may send this back in a Ziploc, and some of you may laugh, but I've done it. I've sent items back in 2007, 2008, 2009. I was a beta tester for Touch Bionics at the time, when they're just setting out the islands, and I would break them constantly. So you learn quick on what these hands can do and what they can't do and how you should actually use them. So going back to different tasks with different devices, like here's an example. Last 2 weeks we went up and we went ATVing in Maine. So I could have used this to grip onto the handlebars and steer, absolutely. But I have another device, okay? So this is going to give a firmer grip to the handlebars, plus these pads, well, my other Greifer, I have a newer Greifer, there's pads all throughout. This will absorb and take the pushing and pulling motion that you are using to pull the handlebars back and forth, okay? Where this Tasca, if you look real close, it has fabric in here. There's fabric here. It's all fabric, okay? And these are little rubber pads, okay? Now, if the handlebar goes in right through here, you're going to wear out this fabric in here. It's gonna get holes in it. I guarantee you within an hour. I bet it wouldn't even take 10 minutes. Okay? So, yeah, it can do it. It's not gonna break. I doubt it'll break. They advertise this hand to be for the outdoor type of worker. They show people actually using handles, like this in a handlebar of a push mower. They advertise it doing this. They want you to do it. So yeah, it can do it. Can you get replacement fabric pieces here? Yeah. But again, if you have the means to get a separate device, I recommend doing so, because having one of these that is designed for very heavy labor will only prolong the life of this hand. Okay? Again, my opinion. You can use this and keep sending it in, getting repaired, or keep trying this to see, experimenting with it to see what its limitations are. I don't want to, because this is my good hand. Okay, when I say good hand, because I like to wear this to work, home from work, if we go out at night, if we go away on the weekends, or vacation, grocery shopping, visiting family, friends, whatever the case may be, I want this to stay presentable. I want it to be nice looking. I want it to just be nice and clean, just like your real sound hand. You wash it up at the end of the day, or after it gets dirty, you wash your hands. And they're clean, they look good, and they're presentable. I want this hand to stay in good shape, okay? That's where other devices come in. So, like I said, it's not just a yes or no question. There's a lot to it, okay? And, that's really all I can add to with that right now. And on another topic of can this do that, or can you do this with this hand, blah, 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 blah. A lot of the questions are pretty simple, as in, can you unload the dishwasher, or can this, I shouldn't say can you, because I can, but can this hand pick up dishes out of the dishwasher and put them back into the cabinet? Or can you pick up a glass and drink with it? That's more specific to the user and the individual who operates that device. And I'm going to say that because, one, I'll talk about, can you pick up the dishes out of the dishwasher and place them up into the cabinet? I personally can, but I've been using these hands for over 30 years. Alright? Now, it's not so much the hand itself if it can do it or not. Yes, it has plenty of strength to pick up plates and dishes. It does. And bowls. It absolutely does. But the biggest, the most important aspect to all this, in my opinion, is your muscles. Okay? It has nothing to do with the hand. It has to do with muscles. Your muscle discipline. How you can isolate your muscles in your arm to control the opening and the closing and the rotation of the wrist if you have a powered wrist rotator in the arm. Okay? So you need to be able to grip onto that plate and pick it up and not give accidental muscle signals to the arm that open the hand. Okay? You need to be able to have that discipline to isolate that muscle flex to close that hand. So you close onto it, and then some people close and they just continue to fire the closing signal to keep that pressure on the hand. You don't necessarily have to do that. You just have to give adequate strength that will hold that dish or object, so to speak, and be able to relax and keep your arm relaxed as you lift up. So as you lift up, you're trying to pick this whole entire arm with the dish up, but you don't want to send that opening signal. So you have to make sure you keep the arm relaxed where it counts, so you don't open the hand by mistake and drop it. Okay? And what was the other thing we were talking about? Oh, can you drink out of a glass while using the arms? Sure, absolutely. But what I was saying before is it has more to do with the certain individual, okay? Now, if you wear a skin fit, which this is a skin fit, your arm goes directly into the socket. Skin fit, skin touches the inner socket, okay? And or some of you wear, and I have another arm that's a liner fit. Sometimes the liner fit arms don't allow the range of motion to bend so far. Like you won't be able to bend it to your mouth on some people. I can't with a liner fit because my arm is so short. I'm only, maybe 2.5 inches below the elbow, not even 3, maybe 3 tops. So with the liner, it just tends to crumble up at the inner fold of your elbow, so it restricts it. It's like putting clothes or a blanket here. It's like you're not going to be able to, you can't bend it as far, versus skin fit. There's nothing to bunch up, okay? So first of all, you need to have the range of motion to be able to get that glass up to your face, okay? So that's number one. And again, you need that muscle isolation that I previously talked about with picking up dishes out of a dishwasher and putting them up over your head into a cabinet. All right. So there's a lot to these questions, and I hope I really answered everybody to what they were looking for. So if this helped you, I'm glad. If somebody you know could benefit from this video, feel free to show them. And in the comments, leave more questions and comments, and I'll be glad to make more videos on them. Alright? Thanks for watching.